The following video is based upon true crime content. Therefore, it may contain images and/or language that some find disturbing. For this reason, viewer discretion is advised.
As to count 1 and count 2, homicide, murder in the second degree, the evidence has established by probable cause that both of the victims named in the complaint died an unnatural death due to the crash caused by the defendant. The question then becomes intent. Under common law and under Michigan law, you do not need to intend to kill someone to be convicted of second-degree murder. It can be done with depraved indifference to human life or with depraved heart. In Michigan, it's defined as knowingly creating a very high risk of death or great bodily harm, knowing that that death or harm would be likely result of her actions. In this case, the defendant was operating her vehicle with a blood alcohol level of 0.18, as admitted today. She was driving at a high rate of speed, almost 45 miles an hour in a 25 mile an hour area. She did this after she crashed into another vehicle, as the video showed. She was accelerating towards the building where the victims were located. Reviewing those factors, I do find she acted with depraved indifference to human life. Therefore, I am binding over on count 1 and 2, murder in the second degree. As to counts 3 and 4, operating while intoxicated causing death. Find the following. The defendant was operating a motor vehicle. She did operate it on a place open to the public or generally accessible to motor vehicles. Under the statute, that also includes any designated parking area. The evidence does show that. Third, the defendant was intoxicated. The evidence shows that her blood alcohol level was a 0.17 at the time of the offense. Fourth, the defendant voluntarily decided to drive knowing that she consumed alcohol. The evidence circumstantially does prove that. Fifth, that the defendant's operation of the vehicle caused the death of the two main victims as to these counts. And that but for the defendant's operation of this vehicle, it would not have occurred. I do find that her actions are the direct and proximate cause of these victims' death. As to counts 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, operating while intoxicated causing serious injury, incorporate all of my prior findings as to those elements. I also find all of the named victims, through their testimony and through the medical evidence, shows that there has been a serious impairment of bodily function as defined by MCL 257.58C. Therefore, the defendant is bound over to the 38th Circuit Court to stand trial on all charges.
Hi, everyone. Welcome in. I was actually hoping that we get to see this hearing this morning, but it doesn't look like they showed it live. I want to thank Patty for sending me this article to remind me that there is an update, at least in the media. Fox 2 did an article, and it looks like they've denied her request today, and the trial will be held in March. So let's go over this article from Fox 2 to kind of fill us in on what's going on. Marcella Chidster's trial for the deadly Swan boat crash will be held in Monroe County Circuit Court. Judge Daniel White ruled on several motions, including a request to move the trial out of the county and put the trial on hold until a case involving her doctor concludes. Her attorney also wants some evidence tossed, and this request will be addressed at the trial in March. She's 67 years old. She's charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder, 2 counts of operating while intoxicated causing death, and 4 counts of operating while intoxicated causing serious injury after slamming her vehicle into the Monroe County Boat Club last year. She unalived Alana Phillips and Zane Phillips. The crash also injured more than a dozen people, including their mother. After the April 20th, 2024 crash, Chidster told Monroe County Sheriff deputies that she had drank some wine earlier that day. She also said that she had seizures and takes medication for the conditions. Her blood alcohol level was 0.18, more than double the legal limit in Michigan. Her attorney argued that she wasn't drunk, she actually just had a seizure. Right. They argued that his client shouldn't face murder charges since she did not have the intent to kill anyone. You know what I find difficult about that statement right there? Is you're saying that anyone who drinks and drives has no intent. Okay, they probably don't. It's not premeditated. They're not going out there to do it. They have the common sense to know that when you drink and you get in a vehicle, you are putting other lives at danger. Ugh. Um, it wasn't seizures, you guys. I ask you to please go back, look at the playlist on our channel. In one of the hearings, you can see her pulling out of her house. She walks out of her house, gets in her car, backs out, hits her neighbor's truck when she backs out, puts the car in drive, and drives off. Let me show you guys some pictures of what occurred there. This is where the car went. Now, this is the car inside the building hitting another wall. This is the outside of the building. And this is her standing there after the incident going, I don't know. What happened? Well, I don't know what happened. So in this little space right here where her car is sitting and everybody's standing, they were having a little birthday party. A lot of stuff about this woman's come out since this occurred. She's been known to come to the club quite intoxicated. So her attorney says, if you take the blood alcohol level away, there's just nothing there. What the but really? That's you practice that? Like you were preparing for trial and you thought that would be a smart thing to say. All right, so they wanted to get her out of Monroe County because I guess it's a smaller town. It's probably one of those places where a lot of people know everybody. I know there's a lot of rumors going around, and there's a lot of people at that boat club that are talking against her right now. Now, it says here that her doctor is facing unrelated criminal charges. That is interesting. So the one man that can say she has seizures and she has to take medications for it also has a shady background. That's not going to help her. Dr. Ram Garg is currently facing charges stemmed from a pill mill he was allegedly running out of his Taylor office. Well, there you go. According to the motion, Garg cannot testify in Chitster's trial because he has invoked his Fifth Amendment rights during his own trial. Interesting. In that same motion, her attorney has argued that the doctor who was treating her for neurological issues was grossly negligent. Oh, okay. Okay. Next, they're going to come into court and say that it was the children's fault. I'm not saying he wasn't negligent. He probably was. He probably was negligent. But come on. Come on now. Defense has now learned that it was gross negligence to have permitted and authorized the defendant to operate a motor vehicle due to her physical conditions and spasms that it causes. In addition to request, well, maybe it's probably not a good idea if she be drinking like that either, but he can't control that. Even if the doctor is shady and giving her medication she shouldn't have, which it sounds like he did, she still is the one that got in the car after drinking alcohol. In addition to requesting a delay in a new court for the trial, a motion was also filed requesting to exclude statements that she made to authorities before she was read her Miranda rights. Oh, you know what? This might be the piece they're talking about.
Chilling police body camera video that shows what happened just moments after the Swan Boat Club crash in April in Berlin Township. Video from April 20th shows 66-year-old Marcella Chedester driving her car into the boat club, killing two young siblings.
2, 10. 0 being like you're stone cold sober, you can drive perfectly. 10 being you're passed out drunk. Where do you think you're at right now?
7.
What happened?
I passed out.
Okay. Have you been feeling ill or anything like that?
Yes.
What kind of medical conditions do you have?
Seizures.
Seizures? Okay. Were you here for the party?
No.
What were you out here at the boat club for? Are you
I was just coming down here.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, this is terrible.
So you take medications for seizure, you said? Have you been drinking at all today?
A little bit, yes.
Okay. When's the last time you had something to drink?
I drank probably a half hour ago.
Half an hour ago, what did you drink?
Wine.
I'm really eager to see what's going to be brought up in trial from all the witnesses that have been around her at these different bars that she goes to. There's already witnesses that were coming forward right after the event saying that it was well known that she was an alcoholic and how she'd stumble in and out of the bars all the time around there. Okay, let's finish this article. The prosecutors had until January the 10th to respond to the motion to move the trial and the motion to exclude evidence. The motion regarding the doctor was filed after that date was set at her last hearing. Her trial is scheduled for March the 3rd in Monroe County Circuit Court, and before that, she'll be back in court on February the 10th to address the request to toss evidence. She might have just been in and out of court this morning, and that's probably why they didn't show it. But
this is police body camera footage showing a deputy talking to 66-year-old Marcella Chidester minutes after she drove her car into the Swan Boat Club in Berlin Township on April 20th. Tragically killing 2 young siblings and injuring a dozen others. Leading up to this moment, day 1 of her preliminary examination, it has been debated whether or not Chidester was under the influence of alcohol or not. Of the 7 witnesses so far, 1 officer testified that Chidester could not count backwards after the crash. He also testified that she had gabapentin in her system that day. When Chidester crashed into the boat club, a birthday party was going on. 4-year-old Zane and 8-year-old Alana Phillips were killed.
So let's go over here to what's going on with the bar owner. Apparently before the accident, she was at a different tavern drinking during the day. So according to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, at around 3 p.m. was when the incident happened. The mother of the children has filed a negligent lawsuit against the bar who was serving her and also Chidester. Deputies allege that Chidester got into her car after drinking at Verna's Tavern, and she drove into the boat club. Attorney John R. Marco of the Marco Law Firm filed a lawsuit with the mom against Chidester and the tavern. Now, the lawsuit they filed is under the dram shop law, which allows an impacted person to hold a business liable for selling booze to a visibly drunk customer. As a result of the acts and or omissions of the employees and or agents of the defendant, Verna's Tavern, Chidester was able to continue drinking in the public establishment until the time she left and ultimately crashed her car into the Swan Boat Club. The lawsuit argues that the bar should have stopped serving her, kick her out of the bar, and provide her an alternate means of transportation. Now, the attorney that's representing the bar said that facts were still being gathered. This was back in April of 2024 when Law and Crime reported that there was a lawsuit, the civil lawsuit. And again, her attorney saying she had 1 glass of wine at the bar and a bowl of chili 4 hours prior to the accident. That's why he wants that all to get thrown out, because what did she say in that last statement? She said she had a glass of wine 30 minutes ago. She's not a monster. Rather, she suffers seizures that cause paralysis in her legs while she's driving. He said this is the reason why she lost control of her car. Now, the blood alcohol level, the legal limit, is 0.08. And again, she was at 0.18. Now, one of the prosecutors said she's a danger to the community, and she's left 2 children unalived. The judge did set her bond for $1.5 million, and she did get out, because I remember if you go back on our channel, she did a interview with one of the stations after she got out. They're really trying to make it like she didn't mean to, she's not a bad person. They're doing a lot of PR crap. Alana was 8 years old and Zane was 4 years old, and they had an 11-year-old brother, and he was also injured. He's in this photo. Mariah Dodds is the mother who's filing the lawsuit. That family's been crushed. Can you imagine? Anyway, we're going to keep following this. I want to mark my calendar for the February hearing just to give an update if they don't show it in court. Hopefully they'll stream the trial. Even if they don't stream it like on Court TV or something, maybe one of the local stations will be streaming it. I don't know yet if we have anything on the schedule for March. Was that when Lori Vallow was going into? I don't know. I really want to stream this trial though. We've been following it from the beginning. So anyway, thanks for watching, you guys, and I will keep you updated as news comes in. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to like and subscribe on your way out, and feel free to leave a comment. Have a blessed day.